real. And now these niggas play like they tough. Till a nigga get killed. Till a nigga get spilled. Till your blood get spilled. I'ma at your favorite rapper.
Oh, man. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. It's hot in there. What's going on, guys? Jesus Christ. How do people do this? I don't remember trick-or-treating being this hard. Ugh. My God. And if you're wondering, yes, my voice is like this. This is not an edit. It's not a trick for Halloween. It just somehow fits the whole mood and the lighting and the whole skull thing I got back there. Anyways, what's going on, guys? Elisha here. Welcome back to GòL. This is, of course, the show where we talk about everything in the world of football from the past week. And this week just happens to be Halloween week. So I thought I would switch it up a little bit, get into the whole festivities, even though I don't celebrate Halloween much. But some of you might. So here you go. But let's not get distracted. Let's get straight into the football stuff. Some pretty scary things, actually. Arsenal are winning games and playing really, really well. I mean, this goal that they scored against Leicester City earlier this week, my goodness. Like, Arsenal, this is vintage Arsenal.
They're in the groove now, they're in the mood now. And this hard-running style is leaving Leicester trailing. It's a fantastic goal.
They're playing as a team. They're playing beautiful football. They're winning games, and convincingly. I mean, Ozil as a captain was amazing. The whole team played so well. It's crazy to think that 1 year after Wenger left, and after everybody's thinking Arsenal's going to go into this long, deep period of just being so bad until they can actually somehow find a new coach. I mean, the fans were pretty much thinking, you know, this is a transitioning period. We're not expecting to win the Premier League straight off the bat. So we just want to see our team play well. And they've been playing really well despite their draw to Crystal Palace this weekend. They've been playing really, really well. They beat Sporting in the Europa League 1-0 this week also. So it's a good sign, you know. You don't want everybody should calm down. Don't think, okay, we're going to win the league and do all of that stuff yet. Just enjoy the fact that you're playing well. So that should be enough for any Arsenal fan, considering the past years, how terrible overall the team's been. And also this week, Juventus beat Manchester United 1-0 at Old Trafford. It was Ronaldo's first time going back to play against the former club. Now, this is the team that really made Ronaldo, that really skyrocketed his name and really turned him into a superstar. Like, this is where people really, really started paying attention to Cristiano Ronaldo, and he deserved all the glory and all the attention he was getting, and then that gave him the opportunity to go play for Real Madrid. So he owes a lot to the club and Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, he's always shown his appreciation for them, and he's visited, I believe, of course, but never just to play against them, which is why it was kind of sad, the fact that he got that red card in his first Champions League game with Juventus, and he almost missed this game right here. But then the red card was overruled and he was able to play, and it was a nice return. They won 1-0. There was multiple opportunities where Juventus could have had a lot more goals. United were threatening more in the second half, in the ending. They had a few moments, but throughout the whole game, Juventus was the stronger team, and they definitely should have had a lot more than just one goal, especially Dybala. Ronaldo De Gea, of course, came in clutch for United multiple times during that game. And also in Champions League this week, Inter Milan lost to Barcelona 2-0. It was a decent game. Barcelona won, which I'm happy about, of course, but Messi wasn't playing, so he couldn't take free kicks. Of course, they had to switch it up, and I thought it was going to be Rakitic, but Suarez ended up taking the free kicks for Barcelona. And at some point, Brozovic, who plays for Inter, did it was the funniest tactic I've ever seen. Like, I don't think I've seen a player do that before during a free kick. Like, homeboy just waited until Suarez about to shoot, somehow knows that he's gonna go for the bottom of the wall, and he was right. He guessed it completely right and just laid there and put his body on the line and blocked the shot. It was genius. It was just so creative, and his prediction was exactly right. That's just following your intuition at its finest. It's just a great piece of entertainment. I mean, just seeing this type of stuff in football from time to time, it's just great. It's so unexpected. You don't train for it. I doubt he ever trained for that. And it turns out he was right. One other highlight game in the Champions League, Dortmund beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. Dortmund is killing it right now. People need to stop sleeping on them. But again, I'm not going to overhype this whole Dortmund thing, because a lot of times, Atletico might have just not been that good. And it's showing. I mean, in the table, they're not struggling. They're not like Real, which is crazy to say that they're not struggling like Real are right now. But they're not exactly challenging for the title either. Back to Dortmund. Every single year, we get these moments, and you have to give them their props. I mean, you don't want to just live in the past and say, oh, they always disappoint or whatever. You have to give them their props when they're playing really well. 4-0 against Atletico in the Champions League is a great result, and kudos to them. But at the same time, it's like, don't get your hopes, Dortmund fans, don't get your hopes up. Rally after your team and pray that they stay consistent. Pray for consistency, because they can get results. They have a great team. They have a lot of young players, future Bayern players probably. But for now, they're there, and they're playing really well. So that's all that matters. I just hope, and I'm not hating, I really am rallying behind Dortmund, and I hope that they can get far into the Champions League and that they can actually win the Bundesliga. But every time I see such a great result, in the back of my head, there's still that thought of, okay, that's great. Just keep it up. Please keep it up. That's all I'm saying. And last but not least, PSG drew 2-2 to Napoli from a late clutch goal by Di Maria at the end of the game for PSG to draw. Napoli is not a weak team, but for the amount of money that PSG spent on players, for the quality of the players that they have, PSG should be beating Napoli, to be honest. Like, they should be one of they're on paper one of the favorites to win the Champions League. They have one of the strongest sides in the competition on paper. But when these guys get out there, they don't have that same, even though Real, for the past 3 years, when Real is playing in the Champions League, whether they're doing well or not in La Liga, like, you can see, like, there's a passion there. There's a will. It's like they're at war. This is no joke. This is like every game might be their last type of stuff. And PSG is just not playing with that type of passion. Something drastic needs to happen. And you would have thought that it was Barca coming back against them a few years ago in the Champions League. That could have been a wake-up call. Like, we're not taking L's like this again. We're not letting things like this happen again. We need to win. But they haven't gotten it yet. Something more drastic. It has to be internal. Someone in the team needs to be like, listen, like, I'm tired of this. We need to wake up. We need to really make this a priority. You've got League 1. Come on. Like, you've got it. You're going to win it. That's fine. Really put some emphasis on the Champions League now, because you could be the winners, but they just won't be if they don't take it as seriously as they should be, as Real, as Barca, as Liverpool did last year. This is the one thing I wanted to speak on from the Premier League this weekend, is Salah is actually finding his foot again. I mean, it's not last year type of stuff. He's not having these incredible games where you're like, where is this guy coming from? Where has he been? But he's playing really well. I mean, in 3 games, he's had 4 goals. 4 goals in 3 games. That's really, really good. He's technically in form, and I think he's got an inform card in FIFA right now, which is dope. I mean, the fact that he's not even playing at his best and he's still getting results is a good sign. That means that there's a level of Salah this season that we haven't seen yet. And despite him not playing, it's amazing. He's still getting the results. So that's a good sign for Liverpool. In the future, they could be hoping that he actually gets to that top level. And then, oh man, they're gonna be unbelievable right now. But the rest of the team is solid. They're getting the wins, which is good. As long as City and Liverpool keep getting those wins, it's gonna be tight in the Premier League at all times. And I think it might actually go down to the wire in the end. And now in La Liga, Aspas actually welcomed his third child this week, and he actually had to stay in the hospital overnight. Yet after the mother of his two children gave birth to his third child, stayed in the hospital overnight, still made it to the game the next day and was a starter for Celta Vigo and scored a hat-trick. Talk about motivation. Like the story that he's gonna tell his child when he's actually old enough to understand these things. He's gonna be like, yo, when you were born, I stayed there the whole night and I still went and played the next day and scored a hat trick. Just mic drop, just walk off. What? This man is a beast. Like he's highly slept on. People sleep on Aspas. I don't know. I haven't seen him play as much for the Spanish national team as he should. He's a beast, and not like FIFA is real life, but he's a beast. This is just something to mention. He's great in the game. He's great in real life. He should be getting a lot more chances to start for the Spanish national team. Maybe they would get a lot more goals that way. He's not the most highly skillful player in the world, but this guy knows how to score goals. He's a lethal goal scorer. His attacking abilities are great. Overall, world-class player for sure. He should be getting more opportunities in the national team. I should have seen him a lot more in the World Cup and maybe in the Nations Leagues coming up in the Euros, actually get more chances to show what he's actually capable of. But enough with all of that stuff. Enough. This is what it's all came down to. It's what we've been waiting for so long. El Clasico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. Massacre. Murder. Complete annihilation. I'm talking just Barca controlled that whole game, except for like 15 minutes into the second half. But 5-1 was the result. 5-1 hat trick from Luis Suarez. What am I supposed to tell you? What am I supposed to say? I know my team. No Lionel Messi. No problem. We're still going to put 5 past Real Madrid. Los Blancos. Who are they? This is what we do. The whole game. Passing, pressing, on defense. Okay, attacking was smooth. These crosses. Coutinho. Come on. Sergio Busquets in that middle. Sublime. Defense by PK. Clinical. Arthur. Amazing. Rafinha was a little shaky. I don't know, because he hasn't been playing as much, and he just comes in for El Clasico to replace Messi. Big shoes to fill, but he was messing up. He was messing up. I wasn't too convinced. I would have liked to see Dembele start. Would have liked to see Malcolm come in, but that didn't happen. Semedo. Oh, I love Semedo so much. So much. The beautiful human. Ugh. Barcelona played an amazing game overall. All around defense, off in midfield, everything was great. I would have liked to see Ter Stegen get his clean sheet, but the defense just wasn't doing it for that second half. I mean, the first 15-20 minutes of the second half, Real had that. It was 2-0, and then like that, it was 2-1, and Real was just attacking. They hit the post. I was convinced that it was going to be 2-2. And then Barcelona that showed that Real just had some sort of drive for a little bit, but the old Real would have had that throughout the whole game, especially since it's El Clasico. But that game, they just had it for a small window, and they tried to capitalize on that. They couldn't. Barca just ran with it. Oh my God. It was, I almost feel bad for them. That's a lie. I don't feel bad at all. 5-1. Mamba, Kobe, Brazil, World Cups, fingers, toes, 5. But now in La Liga, Real Madrid are in 9th place. Barca are back on top, as they should be, back in 1st place. And Alaves are right behind them, 1 point. The fact that Alaves are really out here competing, contending for the title alongside Barcelona is amazing. I love it. I don't want them to win, but I love it anyways. I want them to go all the way with this. Take it and run with it. Make this Leicester 2.0. Don't win it. I want my team to win. If they do win, though, I won't be mad at it. Honestly. If Barca don't win this, they finish 2nd, 3rd, Alaves wins La Liga, I'd be great. It will shut some people up talking about the Premier League is the greatest league in the world. When I feel like, is it the most competitive? You can't argue with that. Of course it is. The most quality, though, is in La Liga. Undeniably, the most quality players are in La Liga overall. But you guys should let me know what you think in the comments. Can Dortmund win the Bundesliga? Liverpool, Man City, who's going to take the Premier League? How long can Arsenal last with this form? What's happening to Real? Can Alaves win La Liga? Let me know. Is Messi going to get a bionic arm? Cut off the regular one he has now. Just get a completely robot arm. Write in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like for it. If you didn't, drop a dislike. But you know the drill. Let me know in the comments. That's where everything is at. Also, check out the music and the social media in the description. And I'll see you guys next. Hold on. And I'll see you guys next time on GòL. Peace.